Welcome back, everyone. We have a special guest that I reached out to through some mutual friends because I really wanted to talk about this viral tweet. But first, we will let you introduce yourself real quick and just make sure everyone knows who you are. Hovain, nice to have you here.
Thank you for having me. I'm Hovain Hilton of Brooklyn of a cinematic music group. I manage a slew of artists. I have a management company called Cinematic Management. I am the father of two daughters, age 11 and 8. I'm crafting them to be sneakerheads as well. I am a husband. I am a plant dad. Yeah, so I get to travel a lot because I manage a bunch of artists. So we're always on tour, on the road, different cities. I get to see different sneaker stores, some regional releases, things like that. So I've been unfortunately a sneakerhead for like the last 25 years of my life.
Good to have you on the podcast. So
thank you for having me.
The tweet that really got me, and I want to start here, and we'll dive into some other things about yourself. But as far as sneakers goes, you tweeted, "The sneaker game isn't for people who actually like sneakers no more." Where did that frustration come from?
It just comes from I follow a bunch of sneaker accounts and a bunch of sneaker people, and you see like some of these people they're not doing it for the love of sneakers or to actually wear the sneaker. They're doing it for e-commerce, for commerce, to make money. So like you don't even care about sneakers or sneaker culture. It's just a flip.
Right. And do you say that from perspective like resellers buying them to sell them on marketplaces?
Yeah.
Okay. Like what, I don't know if I want to put any accounts on blast, but do you also mean just like kind of Twitter accounts that, I mean, you can, I don't have anyone to single out here, but I just mean like, you mean like accounts that are, posting links to product as well? Or are you strictly thinking from a reseller perspective?
Both.
Okay.
Like, there is no means to an end in this. The sneaker community doesn't exist no more. It's just the reseller market.
Interesting.
People, you know what I'm saying?
No, I see. I have the perspective of, we have 7,000 members who I really consider a part of the sneaker community. They love shoes for what they are, and they don't like what resale has done to it. But I think you make a fair point. It's just like a generalization of sneaker Twitter and the internet of sneakers is kind of like, how much does this flip for?
That's all they care about. And it's like sneakers in the early sneaker game wasn't like that. It was just like, yo, these are dope. I like them. I'm going to wear them. You know what I'm saying? I might buy a second pair so I can wear them, have them later when I tear these up. Now it's all about money.
Yeah. And what do you think has been the biggest part to change that? Like what's driving that?
The money. And the money, like you realize that, you could buy something for $120, $140 or $220 and make thousands of dollars. So it was like, that gap grew in the profit margin. So right. I'm not mad at it. Like I'm in business. I'm a businessman. Yeah. I understand it. It sucks. It's like, the typical kid from wherever, middle America, who's like, yo, these J's are dropping tomorrow. You can't get them.
See, like, I think one of the biggest thing that has hurt, and I don't think it was the intent of Campless then turned StockX, which was like, we didn't really know what something was worth a decade ago. We had an idea, people wanted it, people would, it was local, maybe Nike Talk or forum, maybe somewhere on social, early social days. But now it's like, there's nothing that releases that you don't know the exact market value at all times because of StockX.
Listen, there's sites that are just for like, they're like stock sites that tell you hold. You know what I'm saying? This is a sneaker that's gonna go up in 6 months, and bust. This is how many pairs are coming out. This is the information age. So the information of exactly when it's dropping, how many pairs, how much it's gonna be worth, like, that's all available. So that drives people's greed.
Yeah, no, I think it's fair. Have you ever thought about how you would change it? Like if I gave you a sneaker store, an account, and all the hot products, like how would you do it differently?
The change got to come before it gets to the sneaker store. It changes with the companies and the corporation. Yeah. They know they could put out a certain amount of pairs of sneakers and everybody will be able to get with them. Like they put out 1 million pairs of cool grays. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Still enough people frustrated they couldn't get them too, right?
Yeah. Well, make 2 million. These are all things that are, you know what I mean? Despite the supply chain, and like things being a little bit slower, Nike, Adidas, Reebok, they're all in position to make as many pairs of sneakers as they wanted. But it's kind of like that circle. We want to keep demand high, so we'll make it low. That drives people crazy. Resellers will go up. So it's like it's all hand in hand.
Yeah, and it's like there was a Business Insider article the other day, and I'm just trying to quickly find it, but I can't find the title. Oh yeah, here it is. Reselling sneakers that get rich quick side hustle is losing its hype. The article basically kind of goes into like, Jordan 1s aren't as profitable, Dunks aren't as profitable, Yeezys, you barely making any money. I'm hopeful this past 2 years pandemic was kind of like the peak of the, let's just say, fuckery, and we might come back to more about the culture in the sneakers. You're shaking your head. You're like, no, it's not happening. It's not happening.
Sucker born every day, man. There's a sucker with a credit card ready, born every day. So it's like, prices dip a little bit, of course, but just like everything else in the world, we're going through inflation. You see, the cost of everything is going up.
Yeah,
I think it's like at 7.3% inflation across the board. Yep. So prices are going to hold.
Yep,
people are going to pay until they can't pay. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Totally fair. Let's move to more positive subjects. Is there anything you can say right now? Like, I love this about sneakers and the culture, or do you just feel like, damn, this shit's it's not for me anymore?
I love some of the minority inclusion that's happening.
Yep.
I love some of that. I love some of the brand partnerships. I love entertainers and other sneakerheads having their own shoe and artists. I love that, the creative aspect of it. I love that. That's really dope.
So if you could do a collab with any brand and we'd make millions of pairs, we're not worried about resale. Everyone's getting a pair. What brand and what shoe are you going to redesign and tell your story through?
I think it would be Nike, of course.
Yep.
And it would probably be a high top Air Force One.
High top Air Force One. All right. Walk me through why the high top? Why the Air Force One?
Just like, I'm from New York City.
Yeah.
And, everybody does all white ones, low ones. Those are cool. Those became a little trendy. But like the high Air Force Ones is nothing says New York and like grit more than high Air Force Ones. Like you could dress them up. You could kind of be stylish with them. You could take the strap off. Like you can express yourself through that shoe a lot. Like I've seen Rasheed Wallace had the line. He had a bunch of them. When those are collabed right, those are amazing.
Is there an artist who you feel like, or maybe not an artist, a creative, someone who you're seeing out there who, again, Nike, we're giving free consulting advice to tap into for the next collaboration. Is there someone who you feel like should be tapped on that shoulder and been like, hey, come on down to Beaverton. Let's get you in the look.
I'm waiting for Joe Freshgood to get a Nike. I'm waiting. He's gonna fucking knock that shit out the park. He did with New Balances, Converses. It's only right. Get that man an Air Force. Get that man whatever silhouettes y'all feel like is not performing. Get him the resources and the materials he need. A Joe Freshgood Nike will be.
I love that. Yeah, he's pushing the boundaries. Like I look at the 990 V3, that green, blue, brown. It's just. I think it's one of the shoes where like he probably sat down and showed them the color blocking sketch in a tech pack, and they're like, whoa, and he's like, just fucking trust me, just get me the materials, deliver this shit, it'll hit, and it's flawless.
I think him at a Nike with their resources and leathers and materials, I think that could be crazy.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking about that because I think New Balance in my head when I think about him, but that would be a lot of fun. That would be a lot of fun. So. Now, again, good folks at Beaverton, production numbers. Let's get those up on these collaborations.
Yeah,
we're gonna pay for them. We love shoes. We just don't want to deal with the bullshit.
And it's like, hey, unless you guys are getting a kickback from these resellers, which I know you're not. You guys do great business. What is the reason you wouldn't want to produce more? That do you think they're gonna sit? Do you think that, let's say, what's I'm looking at the stuff behind you. Mm-hmm. Do you think if they was to produce a Nike Yeezy, hey, we're gonna re-release these, you think if they were to put 1 million of those out, they would sit?
No, 1 million? No, they'd fucking fly.
2 million.
I still think they'd fly 2 million.
That's what I'm saying. They're gonna fly. So you guys are not gonna be stuck with. They're not gonna be in Marshalls.
Sure.
These are gonna move.
Sure.
So make them accessible. You don't have to make 200,000 of those.
But I think the counterpoint people would make to you is you're taking away from the history of the shoe by bringing it back and re-releasing it and making like it is what it is. It's past in time.
Mm.
I don't really align with that because it's just a sneaker. Just let me wear it.
Yeah, listen, man. It's leather, nubuck, plastic, rubber. It's not that deep.
Why can't the Air Yeezy 2 Platinum be the next triple white Air Force One?
Why? Yeah, who's to say it can't? But you have to give it the opportunity and mass produce it to make it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if you give it that chance. Yeah, there's a lot, and I don't think the solution to this problem would happen in like 1 hour at Beaverton.
No.
This would take like days and months and weeks to restructure.
Yeah. And we're willing to do the work, Nike.
Yeah. Hey, look, the Titanic is moving towards the iceberg, and we can turn it around if you guys just give us an opportunity.
Listen, man, the Titanic was built by experts. Noah's Ark was built by novice.
That is a great way to transition off of this podcast, because I feel like you and me could probably go down this rabbit hole for a solid hour or two. Yeah. It was a pleasure having you on. Hopefully I'll catch you. Hopefully I'll catch you in person one day. We can chop it up about this a little bit more and maybe compile should we just do like not a GoFundMe. What's the change.org? Should we just start a fucking petition and just get people to vote?
Listen, you know what we got to do? We got to have the people like not actually physically give us the money, but this is an idea that I was kicking around.
Yeah. Okay.
When you were about to spend money or you're about to spend retail or a resale market, don't spend that money with them. Write down the amount and let's put that all in like a fake GoFundMe so we can come to them with hard numbers. Look, this is the amount of money and spending power we have.
Yeah.
Do the right thing, or you're not getting this money.
And even that's a interesting idea. Even on a one-to-one, like on a personal level, do that next time. Start a spreadsheet with every time you would want it to pay resale.
And you'll look at it and you'll be disgusted with yourself.
Come back to it after like 10 rows. Come back to it in a year and look at how much money
you saved.
Yeah. And again, you can still love sneakers from a retail perspective. And also, let me just say, once in a while, shit's going to happen that you're like, look, I need this. It's important to me. It's special to me, yada, yada. Just don't be the 20 purchases a year, 50 purchases a year. Like once in a while here, it's cool. It's okay. I'd encourage you to go buy it from like someone you can actually meet and talk to in person and versus hitting that big green button or et cetera, et cetera. But that's an interesting idea because I think we lose track of like, what $2,000.
It's like gambling. Like I don't want to say the gambling site, but some sites, like at the end of the year, you'll see what you wagered, what you won. Yeah. You look like, yo, I spent how much?
I don't gamble, thankfully. I spend my money on sneakers.
It's like cold water in your face. It's like, oh my gosh, wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
man. I definitely do that now. It'd be impulse buys and stuff that I'm gonna buy, and I be like, no, I'm not gonna do that. Or like I said, I just bought a home, so I'm buying homeware stuff and vases and
couches and
stuff like that. Couches, and I'd be like, you know what? This is money better spent.
Yeah. Life is short. Sometimes it's long, but you got to prioritize. And people get the gist. Look, where can we find you on social media or online for anyone who wants to tap in?
I'm Hovain on everything. Awesome. Twitter, SoundCloud, IG, Facebook, everything. HOVAIN. And my website is hovainhilton.com.
Awesome, man. I really appreciate you coming on. Like I said, it was a pleasure to chat. It was good to
having me, man.
Hopefully we inspired some people to make a little shift or change in their lives. And I'm going to just do the shameless plug. If you feel like that tweet, seriously, SoleSavy.com, SoleSavy.com, 1V, give us a shot. You'll see that, the things on the other side, there's a real community, real culture. It's just, we've kind of congregated in our own place to get away from the bullshit. So
I'm signing up. I'm going to be on SoleSavy. So if you're looking for me, if you can't find me anywhere else, you'll find me in SoleSavy community.
I'm looking forward to seeing you in one of the live chats, just keeping it very honest around what the hell's going on. So We're gonna get you mod privileges. I think you need moderator privileges.
Hey man, let's do it.
All right, dude. Thanks for chatting, and
thank you, man. Get some sleep.
If you enjoyed the snippet of that conversation, make sure to check out the full SoleSavy audio podcast on Apple or Spotify or wherever you listen to your podcasts. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.